The national politics continues to be rippled with sensational updates surrounding the fake Bhutanese refugee scam. As Nepali Congress's influential leader Balkrishna Khand has admitted of holding meetings with the group involved in the case, more high-profile political bigwigs are likely to get hooked into the multi-million rupees scandal. Even as the police have not made any more arrests since Wednesday, experts feel that this might just be the lull before the storm. Good morning, I'm Praram Badahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Civil society stages protest against institutional corruption in places across the country. Party's commitment against corruption limited to slogans. Bardea lawmaker Sanjay Gautam begins his sit-in protest, demands expediting construction of physical infrastructures. General elections slated for today in Thailand. The military, which has intervened regularly in Thai politics, insists it will not get involved this time around. And Lionel Messi's mixed reception in PSG return overshadows routine win for Paris Saint-Germain against Ajaccio. Police have said that former Minister for Home Affairs Balkrishna Khand, who has been dragged into the Bhutanese refugee scam, has admitted to have held meetings with the members of the group involved in the scam. Police say that former Secretary for the Ministry of Home Affairs Tek Narayan Pandey had contributed in building connection between the group and Khand. Police have made preparations to take the official statement of Khand, who is in police custody in the presence of government attorney today. Khand, who was also the former Central Committee member of Nepali Congress, had formatted his mobile phone to destroy the evidences. Meanwhile, police have sent the phone to data laboratory to recover the information. Likewise, disputes have surfaced within Nepali Congress as various leaders have started criticizing former Prime Minister and the party president Sherbhadra Dewa for maintaining silence at a time when Khand, who served as the Home Minister during Dewa's term, has been arrested. Sources have said that one of the faction of the party had met with Dewa and warned him for being concerned only about his wife and Congress leader Arzu Rana and her alleged involvement in the case, while remaining silent about Khan's situation. At a time when police investigation is underway in the fake Bhutanese refugee scam involving former Deputy Prime Minister, former Home Minister, incumbent Secretary, among others, the civil society has held anti-corruption demonstrations throughout the country yesterday. The leaders of the civil society held anti-corruption demonstrations in the capitals Naxal and Maitigar. They have demanded the culprits of the fake Bhutanese refugee scam to be punished. The participants of the demonstration rally encircled Narayan Chowk in Naxal and chanted slogans demanding an end to corruption. The activists have put pressure on the government to take action against all the perpetrators of the fake Bhutanese refugee scam. They also demanded for the arrest of CPNUML Secretary Top Bahadur Rai Maji, who is still at large. Former Prime Minister Baburam Bhattrai and Chairperson of Rashtriya Swatantra Party Ravi Lamithane also participated in the demonstrations held at Naxal. However, people taking part in the rally protested against the participation of Bhattrai and Lamithane. The two leaders left the demonstration rally right after protests were exhibited against them. Anti-corruption demonstrations were also held in Biratnagar, Bhairawa, Butwal, Pokhara, among other places in the country. Youth also held demonstrations against corruption at Nepali Congress leader and former Home Minister Balkrishna Khand's Rupendehi Electoral Constituency 3 yesterday. Khand has been arrested for his alleged involvement in the fake Bhutanese refugee scam. Nepali Congress leader and parliamentarian Sanjay Kumar Gautam has been on a hunger strike since yesterday. Gautam, with his 15-point demand, has been staying under the bridge which connects Guleria and Bardea, which has caved in. Gautam has been on a hunger strike demanding reconstruction of the bridge that connects Guleria and Bardea municipalities, which has remained damaged for almost 6 years. Likewise, Provincial Assembly member Bhuvaneshwar Chaudhary has also joined Gautam's hunger strike. Gautam says that he will continue the protest until the government fulfills its demands. The bridge, which was constructed by Papu Constructions, has remained damaged since the 12th of August 2017. More than 100,000 households are still affected by floods in the Nepali fiscal year 2079 that swept away the bridge's physical infrastructure, including the pillars. Lawmaker Gautam says that the government had remained indifferent towards the reconstruction of the bridge. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what can be done to do away with the compulsion of going abroad for treatment? Your options are A. Invest on infrastructure, B. Reliable service, and C. Manage human resources. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. It is now time for a short break, but for more news, do stay with us. Welcome back. In our Public Voice segment, we have asked in several provinces about their suggestions for the political parties to curb corruption. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
आफ्नो अर्को नभनिकन कारबाही गर्नुपर्छ
राजनीतिक दलभित्र सुशासन हुनुपर्यो र राज्यमा सुशासन ल्याउन उनीहरू लागि पर्नु पर्यो
कडा भन्दा कडा सजाय दिनुपर्छ
मेरो मान्छे नभनिकन दलभन्दा माथि उठेर मुरुको सर्वोपरि विकासका लागि लाग्नु पर्छ
कुनियतबाट कमाएको सम्पत्तिले चाहिँ म लगायत मेरो सन्ततिलाई राम्रो गर्दैन भन्ने महसुस आत्मैबाट भयो भने आफै भ्रष्टाचार नियन्त्रण हुन्छ
जो मान्छे चाहिँ दोषी छ उसलाई चाहिँ कारबाही गर्नुपर्छ
नेताजीहरूको आचरण हेरेर मात्र पार्टीमा राख्नु औचित्य देखिन्छ
कसैले आफ्नो पार्टीमा भ्रष्टाचार गर्यो भने त्यसलाई निलम्बन गर्ने
राजनीतिक दलहरुभन्दा पनि जनता आफै कन्सियस हुनुपर्छ
संरक्षण नदिएर पार्टीले नै कारबाही गर्यो भने चाहिँ भ्रष्टाचार नियन्त्रण होला
भ्रष्टाचार निवारण गर्नको लागि चाहिँ एकदम सक्षम नेतृत्व चयन हुनुपर्छ
Time now for the international news. In Thailand, a general election is slated for today. About 52 million voters are choosing members of a new 500-seat House of Representatives for the next 4 years. The opposition Pheu Thai Party is expected to win the most seats, as it has in every election since 2001, but is facing a stiff challenge from the progressive Move Forward Party. On the conservative side, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, who as an army chief led the 2014 coup, has had a lackluster campaign. The military, which has intervened regularly in Thai politics, has insisted it will not get involved this time. A truce between Israel and the militant Islamic Jihad group officially came into effect late on Saturday night, with an Egyptian-mediated ceasefire agreement meant to end the worst episode of the cross-border fire since a 10-day war in the year 2021. Now, as fighting tapered off, streets in Gaza that had largely been deserted filled with pedestrians. Some people cheered and honked car horns, while others headed to the homes of people killed in the fighting to show their respect. Israel's national security advisor thanked Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi for Cairo's efforts, a statement from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said. Islamic Jihad also confirmed the agreement. Even as the truce was being finalized, the two sides kept up firing, with air raid sirens sounding as far as Tel Aviv's suburbs and Israel's military announcing it had hit Islamic Jihad targets in response to the rocket fire. Though happy about news of the truce, some Gaza residents, wary of repeated flare-ups, feared that another round of fighting would erupt before long. During the 5 days of the campaign, Israel killed 6 senior Islamic Jihad commanders and destroyed a number of military installations as well. At least 10 civilians, including women and children, were also killed in Gaza during the fighting, and 2 people, an Israeli woman and a Palestinian worker, were killed by Palestinian rocket fire in Israel. Now, supporters of former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan gathered outside his house in Lahore on Saturday and backed his call for protest. In a virtual address to his followers on Saturday, Khan asked his supporters to go out onto their streets on Sunday evening with placards to protest. Khan departed court premises late Friday night and headed towards his hometown Lahore amid high security, and a court granted his bail. His arrest in a land fraud case on Tuesday, which the Supreme Court ruled invalid and unlawful on Thursday, sparked violent protests by his supporters. They stormed military establishments, set ablaze a state broadcaster building, smashed bushes, ransacked a top army official's house, and attacked other assets, resulting in the army being deployed in multiple cities. More than 2,800 arrests were made, while 152 police officers were injured, 74 police vehicles vandalized and set on fire, and 22 government buildings, including police stations and offices, were damaged. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif on Saturday gave authorities 72 hours to identify and arrest everyone involved in the violent acts. Sharif said the cases would be tried by anti-terrorism courts as well. More than 3,000 firefighters and 2 special firefighting trains were tackling a massive blaze that partly destroyed a door-making factory in the Russian city of Togliatti early on Sunday, a local news agency has said. The fire, which started in the painting sector of the Ferroni Togliatti plant, covered 20,000 square meters. Part of the roof has collapsed. Togliatti lies on the banks of the Volga River, about 1,000 kilometers southeast of Moscow. Britain's Kate, Princess of Wales, made a surprise appearance playing piano on video in the opening segment of the Eurovision Song Contest final, which was held in Liverpool on Saturday. Her short contribution was featured in a video of the Ukrainian group Kalush Orchestra performing their winning entry from last year's show Stefania in a Kiev metro station. It was filmed earlier in May in the Crimson Drawing Room of Windsor Castle, Kensington Palace has said in a statement. Kate's performance was included alongside contributions from other Britons, including composer Andrew Lloyd Webber and singer Joss Stone. Liverpool is hosting the annual song contest on behalf of Ukraine, which was not able to stage the musical extravaganza because of Russian invasion. Organizers have walked a tightrope between reflecting the situation in Ukraine and steering clear of overt politics not allowed in the contest. Well, more is coming up, but right now it is time for yet another short break. Welcome back. It is now time for the sports news.
Sports news.
Lionel Messi was booed by some Paris Saint-Germain fans in his first match since being suspended for his unauthorized trip to Saudi Arabia as the Ligue 1 leaders defeated Ajaccio 5-0. Both sides ended the game with 10 men after Thomas Mangani aimed a punch at Ashraf Hakimi, who retaliated. Fabian Ruiz and Hakimi struck in the first half for PSG. Kylian Mbappe scored twice at the start of the second half before Mohamed Yusuf's own goal as Ajaccio were relegated. Ajaccio's best chance came in the 67th minute when Mikhail Barreto's right-footed shot from outside the box just sailed over the bar. Messi played the full 90 minutes, returning to action for PSG for the first time since he was suspended by the club for 2 weeks after traveling to Saudi Arabia without their permission. Christophe Galtier's PSG are just 4 points away from a record 11th French title. They are 6 points clear of second-placed Lens with 3 more matches remaining. Up next is the weather update. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin airs at 6 p.m. Thank you for staying with us. Have a beautiful day ahead.